I had a chance to sit down and play Tempest Citadel for a few hours thanks to Keymailer. And currently I find myself a little biased towards this game, but mostly because of my love of games similar to it, like the XCOM franchise. And now while this game isn't exactly like it, both games share some of the core fundamentals that had me fall in love with them. Tempest Citadel is a squad-based combat game. I have a pool of soldiers that grows over time, each soldier having its own specialization and abilities, and then I pick and choose from each of them for specific missions that I send them on. From the missions that they complete, they collect different resources that I can then use around the base. I'm building and crafting weapons, choosing loadouts, deciding the tactics for each combat, I'm prioritizing research advancements, adding structures onto the floating citadel, putting upgrades on my ship. It really feels like I'm in charge of this elite force, with every decision pushing towards or further away from our success. Each unit has its own health and wound system that needs to be managed with rest. Units can also permanently die or receive critical wounds that can't be healed until research is discovered further down the line. Now, when it comes to the combat itself, it's not the turn-based tactical combat that you would expect from a game like this. In Tempest Citadel, it's now real time, and you can either manually pause the game at different moments to redirect units or change orders, or you can just set their combat style and stance at the beginning and watch as the units move and fight on their own, which I opted for that style. Combat was pretty fast and quick on its own already, and I had a hard time keeping up with things when they were pretty hectic. But there was also this fun charm to the units acting and performing on their own. Immersion is a huge part of how well I can really get into a game, and with them moving on their own, I felt more like I was actually the one in charge, sending people out and watching them do well, but also watching them when they made mistakes, and I really liked that about this. Something that this game does a lot better than the XCOM franchise, which I should note is one of my favorite franchises I've ever played, is that Tempest Citadel is very lore heavy and story heavy. As long as you're someone like me who doesn't mind doing a lot of optional reading, keyword being optional, then you can read the debriefing and mission information if you'd like, or you can skip it entirely. It's up to you. But if you want it, oh, there's a lot of exciting and fun world lore that you can consume. At first glance, this doesn't appear to be as refined or solid as other games similar to it, such as, the XCOM franchise, and it also appears to be a bit simpler in terms of what you have to do and maintain in order to be successful, but I still found this to be just as exciting of an experience to play.